Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This is Director Kim. Hope you're doing really good. All right, today in this episode we're gonna cover something very important, something very necessary for you to understand, and before we jump into another series, another stuff, another type of videos, let's finish with this on this episode. All right, there is something very important you need to know when you are doing a color grading. This one, how to make a clean look. So today I'm going to show you how to make this cinematic look but more clean. All right, here it is. A lot of people, they think like to get a clean result is about to do this noise reduction stuff, this softening stuff, this softening tool that can make your video looks very clean. Yeah, sometimes it's very helpful, but mostly I can tell you, I show you, mostly that is not what make your video looks very clean and perfect and smart. To get the smartness of a picture, first you need to understand the tools and uniqueness of our tools and advantages and the disadvantage of them. So you need to understand, well, like, okay, this footage, I need to touch this stuff. When I touch this, it's give me a better result. When I touch this, is ruining. So you need to understand that. That's why I often like to tell you guys, if you need to know more about that, come and join to my masterclass, guys. You'll be thanking me later. All right, so today in this video, I just did this grade and I post on my Instagram. If you guys don't know about my Instagram, my Instagram account is Kim Gradit. I use Kim Gradit. So I post on my Instagram and it really went out. I have a lot of comments, people checking my inbox, like, how did you do the color grading? Because I posted this color grading process, the way that I do the color grading overall, like the way that I taught the thing is a show reel, so that it's lovely. And people, they comment like, yo Kim, I need you to make a tutorial about this thing because it really looks clean and cinematic and smart, and I kind of love what I did. So I'll be like, okay, let me jump into my my tutorials and do this stuff to this series. All right, so another thing is I have this series ongoing, is on this country in Tanzania. This is amazing series. You can check in. Here is my Instagram. Look at the way it look. It's a very nice. It's a series that are doing good. Yeah, I love and I'm very happy. I'm one of the people that did the color grading, participate on this project. It was very nice. It's not like I'm promoting this, but it's a good thing. That's why I was like, okay, let me share what I'm doing, the project. This is what made me very busy. All right, so without wasting time, let's me go straight to the tutorial. Okay, so this is the footage. As you can see, this is the footage. It was shot on, I don't know. Oh, sorry. It was shot on the camera that I really don't know, but I just guessed maybe. I don't have a show. I just guessed maybe it's a red camera. And one of our thing is this footage is not pure log format. So I did the same thing like I did on my recent tutorial. You guys remember? On my recent tutorial, the way I did, like cheating the codes, like doing this convert to another format and then you do things. So this is what I've done in here. All right, so what I did exactly is just I convert this picture to be on red log film. Yeah, you can see this is the way the standard log. This is log. And then what I did next is I converted from this RGB to the red color sunset, and then to my outputs I just did the red log 79 and I convert to the scene in film because I'm about to use a codec. So in a group like on our color level up group, some people they be like, oh yo Kim, we would love you to explain more about this codec and stuff, like you always like to use the answer, and we really need to know about this other because we don't have the answer. Maybe we need to use that film stuff. So yeah, if you don't have the answer pro, it's not like you need to get the answer. You can use any film stock, is work similar, just a very slightly changes. So this is what we got from converting our footage into from that that's standard look into this frame. Look at the way it's done. So let's jump into the process, how exactly I made this picture, and it really gave me a clean result. That's why I tell you, clean results is not about doing noise reduction. That's why you can see on Hollywood movie, they don't do often like to use noise reductions. They just did the current reading, and they also do noisings like using grains, stuff like glowing annihilations, but still they get a clean result because they know what they're doing. They know what the limitation of their thinking, like, okay, here I need to touch here until there. I don't have to go close to that, so they don't close the line mostly, and this is what we do. Okay, so one thing that's what I did, even myself, I was like, I really need a clean result. You see, I was like, I really need a clean result. So to get the clean results, what can I do? Like, which way can I use a series or sub on series, or using periods? What type of note that I can use to present something very clean? And I was like, okay, let me using period notes because it really give me a clean result. All right, and another thing is just the way I twist and tweak my tools. I was like, to get the clean result, let me do something not more above or below that. I just need to do a slightly, like touching this, and then I jump into another thing, clean this part till I get what I want. So here, so to my first note, what I really touch is this HDR tools. What I did is I reduced the global so that it's putting my my wavefront to the cool port, to the middle ports, the very balanced ports. And then another thing is I use a contrast. I used as well a contrast with this HDR contrast. It really gave me the contrast. At the meantime, it doesn't mess up with my color. This is one of the big technique that I'm using. And another thing is I just did a curve. I did the curve and HDR at the same time. So what I did on curve is I pull up the curve all the way over. Let me a little bit show you what I did. So I just come here and I pull up my wave all the way over, and I pull down my wave always to get that cinematic contrast, and then I just did a S curve like this. This is what exactly I've done in here. And after that, I did the HDR, touch HDR to control the most highest part and the most lowest part, and I mean low part, I mean not part. All right, so this is what I've got. This is what I found. Look at before like that, after like that. Look at before like that, after like that. So this is what I've got, and you can see it doesn't look so much it doesn't look too much way far from my main the exactly footage. Look at this, it's just really slightly. The difference is here we got a very cinematic. So another thing is I used a saturation tool, so you can use HSV. This one is a subtractive saturations. I used it from these saturations, but you can use color boost or saturations, HSV, any saturation there you can use to get that. All right, so this is what I found from my color correction. Look how the clean perfect the picture is getting fixed in standard. Just a slightly change. Nothing is overdone in here. I didn't use a lifting gamma again because I was like, those tools is doing much extra, and I really want very small details, small changes, and this is what I've done. So another thing is jumping to the look. So here I know my look. This is where I did the magic, as well as I did this period note. Here is a problem. A lot of beginners, they struggle how to make color grading as pro level. YouTube itself can never pull up to that level. Director Kim came out with the massive masterclass phase 1 and phase 2, which is the phase 1 has 3 parts, and each of the parts has a long pause video. Having an issue with the color senses, color management, creating different looks, fixing problems, how to balance proper your footage, shot matching, dealing with the small budget camera, everything you need to know from Davinci Resolve. Masterclass has deep explanations. If you really struggle with creating look, Director Kim never seen enough till he made the 26 LUTs, which has look DNA and Skintone LUT and color separations. These CTL power grade also available. Director Kim really wants to shift you into next level. Have a permanent mentor who can guide you well to your journey of color grading. He decided to create a WhatsApp group for his own student member. But remember, to join a WhatsApp group, you need to buy one of his products, either Masterclass or LUT package. Now, let's back into the lesson. As you can see to the short break, explain about Masterclasses and the LUT package. This is what exactly I'm using on this picture. I often like to use my LUT package, guys. It's very helpful. All right, so in this node, what I've done is I reduced the root luminosity. I mean the layer over this node. I reduce what they call, like, go to the key tools, reduce the intensity. Yeah, this is what I've got, and this is why my look gave me the reason. Look at before, look at after. It is very small changes, but it give me that cinematic touch. Look at my this part in here. Look at the skin, look at this part. Just give me that cinematic. Look at the red that is present. That is one of my tools. My note, my LUT. And then here is what I did is I did a HSV saturation, subtracted saturation, because I really want to fill the image to look more bold. This is what I've got. And another thing is a contrast pop to boost the details, and this is what they've done. It's just a very small changes. Look at 0.1. This is like 0.1, 0.100, yeah, 0.1. Here is what I've done exactly to my look. I didn't do such further adjustment over there. Look at my look DNA, how I create my look DNA. This is my look DNA. Look, let's do take off everything. Look at, this is my color correction, and this is my look DNA. Look at them. Let's look at before and after all them at once. This is all the changes. That's what it are. It's about twisting tweak. It's about slightly twisting tweak. This is what's happening. Yeah, so another thing that I've done is just I just wanted to make my picture. This one looks very washed out. Look like the contrast is less, and at the end of everything that I did the color grade, I was like, I really need something very contrasted, very film, like bold picture, to make the picture strong. And this is why I decided to use shadow tools from a log, these tools outside of color space. The reason why it's give me the extra it's like doing a blending. I do the extra touch outside of color space, like I'm doing extra touch outside the upper parts of the color, so like above the color. Do something above the color, like I'm blending something about the color. Like you do everything, like you just take your sweets and cover it with the sweet cover, and then you be like, okay, that this is the sweet cover, so I need to put maybe in some space to be safe, or to be more, like looking like introducing the product, like something like that. So that this is why I decided to use this one to make it more contrasted. Sometimes if I see it's increasing my saturation and it's annoying, sometimes I just come in and go to composite mode and try to use luminosity. When I do so, it's only affecting the exposing the contrast, not the color. But sometimes I just leave as the way it is. Like, okay, I want you to effect, but still at the same time I want to also to effect the color to make it a little bit over. All right, so another thing what I twisted is this plugin called the band. The reason why I twist this plugin is just I want to make the softness of everything overall, but it's not necessary. You can see if I don't use the band, you can still get the clean. So this is what I'm telling you. If your video is not clean on your grading, even though you're going to use these nose detection tools, any of it, you're not going looking very clean. This is about extra touch to make the extra stuff, like putting juice on it, like make it in an extra miles. That is it. But you still look the clean itself. the video itself is already clean. I can even give it a client like that and deliver like that, and yeah, no big deal, no big deal. So to me, I like to take my video and putting into the next level is just I use the band a little bit to clean up, to make a wall painting. And another thing is I use sharp ones to detail back, and this one is to make that film looking more cinematic, like making look more film. So here I use these plugins, film look creator. This plugin is a bit beautiful, is on Davinci 19. So if you don't have it, you can go to check it to their website, and they really good. They gonna give you this one as the key and other stuff. You can start doing installation. Yeah, so this one is really aiming for the film look, and it has that's film effects. One of our big film effects is this vignette. So I did a little bit of a vignette, and then I did halations as well, and then I did the bloom like is a glowing effects to make the highlights looking. I don't know if you can see here. Let me before and after. Okay, look at these plots. Look at this place, the way the halations doing, and look at these eyes. You can see the halation glows, and as well as I did the noise reduction. You can see we got some noises into the picture, but yeah, it really looking good. This is noise. Yeah, that's like this. I did okay, never mind. This is saturation noise. Never mind, but it give me a better risk. You see the noise is there, but the picture is still looking clean. Look at before and after. Look at before and after. So we found out like the clean is not about the noising, like noising grains. It's not about that. The clean is about the glade. So I did the noise. I put the noise box, but still the picture look clean. When I talk about clean, like everything is smart. Like everything is smart. All right. So this is what I've done. And another thing is I use the globals. Like I don't want this to be like over processed, and this is why we got in here look very, very beautiful. And the one thing that I wanted is to get this saturating of a red to pop out, and this is noise reductions to clean that noise from camera and to present another noise from greens. This is what I've done. So on the extra touch or extra thing I want to add of is I have this another clip like this one and this one, which is shots on different camera. This one is the same camera, I think. Yeah, this one is the same, but this one is a different camera. But what I've done is try to do a shot matching. So this video is never done. Look at this. It's very almost the same. This is another camera and this is another camera, but what we've done is just try my best to make them match. This is what we call a catalyst. So let's jump into it. All right, so let me start with this. Into this picture, what I've done exactly is just I did some of or touching stuff to make it look a little bit same as this. If you're going to watch if you're going to see the way this one looks very different. It look very different. So I did my touch to make it look almost in touching into that. All right, so let me try out some good part, like better place to do my thing, like this one. All right, so let me try out. So what I've done exactly is I'm going to bypass everything. To look like this, and then let me show you what exactly I did. The same thing to color management, like putting sRGB to red, and then doing this film. Look at this, the way the picture it look. This is how they look, and this is how it look before Rec 79. This is before film look, and this is how the rectangle look, and look at the way the color grading putting this thing more way far. So I'm going to show you how exactly I did this thing. All right, so this is the same thing that I did, is controlling the balance of lights, like this one. This is before, this is after. Maybe it's not big changes, that's why you can see it's just I increase very slow. I increase very little, 0.05, very little. Okay, so this is our contrast. Okay, something went off. This one is increasing the highlights. You see, this is very little. All right, this is a contrast. I did the contrast. And then this is the same thing, like doing curves and doing a HDR tools to control the light. And this is white balance, because the picture was very warm. So what I did exactly, putting the picture into opposite side of a warm and clean. You can see the picture is a little bit clean and warm. So the reason why I did a white balance here to put into the cool part is it because I wanted to neutralize the picture, to split. You see here, you can it's very hard to split between this background over there. Is the background and the skin tone. It's very hard to split even you are in warm positions. But to me, I was like, okay, first let me put in my white balance into cool part, into neutral. This is the neutral part. You can see the skin is a little bit brown. Is it because I push it to the brown, because this person is dark person? That's why I decided to little bit put into the magenta, so that when I qualify the skin tone, or using a tool that's select the skin tone straightly, is going to easy for me. So when I increase the saturation, what is done exactly is pushing that image from that skin tone part and the background part, and little bit pushing into the pushing into somewhere that is safe for me. When I just touching my skin tone, it go easy for me. Because this picture was very off. Look at before these two tools, and look at after. Now we put in, look at how they split the picture. We get the skin tone into purple area, and we get a background to the green area, and we get this red. And this is the opposite side of green and green and magenta. The skin's magenta and green. These complements I've done in there to get the split. That's why I sacrifice my skin into magenta, so that I can fix it later to my look tools. And now let's jump into the look and see how we fix this magenta and green. Look at this, is green and magenta. It's not like pure green, it's yellow green, and this is not like pure magenta, it's a little bit purple, and we still get the orange information here, but my orange is lay on magenta's positions. Here I want to tell you something. Sometimes I do this technique when I'm lack of a skin tone, and mostly if my skin tone it really look similar with my background. Sometimes I often like to use this technique, like pushing the skin tone is a fake place in order to fix the background, and then I'm going later on back to the skin tone and put it the right side, because the skin tone to put it into the indicator is very easy than the background put into the way you want it to put. That is what I believe. All right, so my these tools is about this look DNA, and this is what it done, is just brought me back away from. But is it because I use a period notes, so which means every note it doesn't fetch each another? This is why we got the clean results. Mostly if you are using serial, every note it affects each another, but if you just use a period, every note acting individually, like dependent, it doesn't depend on each note. So yeah, so I pushed my saturation once again, and this is what I've got from my look DNA. Look at how it's juice up, the more of that we got from this the color correction. And this is a contrast pop, don't worry about this. And these tools, what I've done is qualify that yellow parts, the green parts, putting more splitting. And this is what happened, because we already fixed this. If I just do so, you can see still you can see the skin tone is all warm. If I don't do so, you can see the skin tone. Look at this is very muted, so this is not what I wanted. So that's why this one, what I do, and when I come in here, is very helpful. Every one of them connecting each other. This is how we grading do. You make sure each tool is connecting each other, like they contacting each other. Okay, me, I'm do so because I want you there to do this and this. This is how it make you glowing. Like, you need to make them contacting each other. That is a massive tip that I can tell you. And here we got this effect that I did is the band. What I've done in here is because the picture, when I just qualify in here, is some kind of give me leaking, so that's why I did the band to qualify the green part like this, let's say, and then I did the band to make it look clean, like cleaning. They like that's leaking to get off it. All right, so here is another tool which is it really work on the skin. I reduce the skin tone. And here is another thing, is the same thing that I did over there, the contrast. And here is grains, halation, stuff like that. This depend, these grains, and this is the sharp ones, yeah, and noise reduction. So this is what we found for our grade. Look how beautiful we made, look how far we pushed the image, look at before and look at after, how we got the crazy look. It's hard work, and it's very taking time to get this thing. Yeah, this is what the problem caused from shooting, and we really present something extra, and yeah, I need to do something extra to get in there. All right, so let's go to another Sony camera, how exactly I did to make the shots in there. Okay, so on a Sony camera, this one is the different camera, so we're going to a little bit having some extra touch. And another thing, this one is a image, still image, not like the footage, so it's a little bit of a less of resolution, so the extra touch has been done in there. All right, so let's see what exactly I did. The first thing what I did is converting my S-log to be red. The reason why we sticking to red, because this all process over here, this all process inside here, this is what I'm telling you. If you got the project on desk, like the director shooting with this camera and then he jump into another camera, like maybe extra, so what you need to do is convert that footage into that color sense. That's why mostly they love to use in Davinci camera. So it doesn't matter any camera that you're using, you put in into you putting into Davinci White Gamma color senses. But to me, I was like, already did the red, so I have to put into red, stick on red, because all this process inside of here is on red space. So here what I'm going to do is just putting that, converting to red 79, and then doing the doing this film look. All right, so this is what it looks before and after, you see. So the other one was shot in standard, but still we got the film, and this one is shot on leg, but still we got the film. Look. All right, so here the same thing, controlling exposure, contrast as well. This is clean up that stuff. Saturations, I used my loot package, but this is another loot package, not the same loot that I used in here. This is another loot, this is another loot. So I just looking for the loot that is give me the touch. So the look itself give me this type of look, that look at give me the it's gave me that blue to the background and display. Look at the skin tone itself, like the way they push. So the look itself is give me a perfect result. So here is my saturations, and then here is my and this one is really blur and low quality, so I increase editor to 0.3. so yeah, and this is extra touch. So look at what I'm doing is Skintone has a little bit something that is, you look at this part is, or some parts is yellow, some parts is like leaking of a color. They what it's done there because of the low resolution of a picture, that's why it's leaking. And me, like, I want it to look perfect even though it doesn't have a good quality. So that what I've done is that I just qualify the skin tone, reduce the mid press to the left side to make it clean, but as well I compress it. The reason why I compress is I want to compress all the color to look the same that I pick, and this is what I've done. So all that's leaking color as well is merge them to be the color that I pick, and this is like boom, what we got. Look at all the color from here. Look at, you see this part was leaking, it's a little bit magenta, this one yellow, but all the color right now it look same. Even those people behind it, look at my color compression. This is the color that I pick. If I'm just put it off, you're going to see, look at this part, we got that's magenta, you see. But if I just put it on, you're going to see all the color look at the same color. This is what I've done. So another thing is just I use HSB. I use these tools, color slice from Davinci. So I reduce the skin, and then actually just try to play this and this, and yeah, that is exactly what I've done. It's nothing much. And another thing is to increase the brightness, so I little bit increase the brightness. That's why now it's look darker, but now it's less looking bright. So yeah, and here is another thing that's a touch is I did the vignette, try to, because the picture was little bit annoying to the back space, like this part is little bit annoying, so I want you to focus on this, and this is what the director targets, to target this woman that's looking to the cameras, and I want you to focus on her, not the other people. That's why I did the vignette. So I just did the vignette like this, like her, spotting her, and then I just reducing the highlight for this part. But another extra touch is I just little bit touch this offset into cyan parts to make this split, so that you can see she only gets that warm look, but others they get that blue look that I cool off everything behind that. And this is what we found from our color grading look. This is how we found for our look then. So in case if this was a movement shot, I will track this and track this and track that. That is what I'm doing for my look. Look at where we did look how we from, like we from this hood, we get this we got this color correction, this one color correction, and then we got this color grading look DNA. Boom. So this is why we got this orange in here. So what I've done is, the time that I'm doing this, I was just highlight this node and putting split bar so that I can see the type of look how we did there. So look at the cyan over there, that's why I present my bluish green over here, the blue over here. You see we don't have a yellow, but the red, I just reduce this red a little bit so not same like that, but yeah, all must look similar. The skin tone is about to fix that. Look, I'm about to fix that skin tone. You're going to see how exactly I fix the skin tone. All right, so here is another extra thing is I just did a saturation again to the another node. This is the serial notes, which is I never did in this other two clip. So this is saturation. So the reason why I did this is to fill the image, because once I just select this picture, I found out this one is very saturated, this one is less. So to make matching like that, I need to juice up a little bit further. So this is what we found. All right, so another extra thing is this contrast tool, but the contrast tool that I touch is it was over processed. That's why I reduced the contrast 0.5 to make the balancement to look more balanced. Yeah, and this is the band, this is the band, and this is that's custom film look creator to make that film. This is sharpens, and this extra thing is this. I think I just mess up with my skin tone. Look at before my skin tone will look at this, look at this after, look at the way they clean up that red and putting my skin tone into a little bit of orange, because this one is looking orange a little bit. So this is another noise reduction, and that is what I've done into this color grading. Thanks very much for watching this video. This is Director Kim. Hope you enjoyed the video. You really and getting something new in there. You know, color grading about twisting tweak, color grading about touching skills, like putting this and there, like you are building the house, like you putting the blocks, yes, something like gluing software like that, putting everything like together, getting this type of flame that you want is to be like. Color grading is all about that, bro. So if you really struggle about those things, it's easy to get there if you learning deeper about this, and Masterclass is really pushing you into next level. This YouTube stuff, we only share the history, but Masterclass is everything. Masterclass is everything, bro, trust me. So see you guys on another series, another episode. I think for this series, I mean, we end up right here. Thank you guys, hope you enjoyed everything that we've been through together. Like, yeah, man, it's not like I'm ending doing tutorial. No, I'm going to do another type of tutorial on my next project. So hope you're going to love it, hope you're going to enjoy it. See you guys, ciao.